Here we are a year later from his passing, and really the sting of that happening is not really left any of us. You know, we're still think about it a lot. Almost every day I've thought about it since that time. So, you know, the mourning process for him is still there, you know, and who knows how long that'll take before you really start to just not think about it as much.
He lives inside of us now because he was our mentor, he was our leader. He was the purple funky Yoda. You know, he was, the force was with him. You know.
There was quite a bit, and then you know, when you go move up past Purple Rain, when we were all heavily involved in that as well, then go to Around the World in a Day, and he really tapped into Wendy and Lisa even further, what they brought to the table.
I wrote the music to Kiss.
Yeah, he did.
People don't realize that, you know. But
Yeah.
I wrote the music to Kiss, and that's the kind of input he gave us. You
Yep.
know, because we all came with a different style, different type of groove, and different type of production, and he liked that, you know, and that's what made us the revolution. We were actually a revolution in the music industry because we covered all walks of life,
Yeah.
all genres.
Well-
Mark is the darkest one in the group. We're gonna call him Brown Mark. I was like, that's cold, man. You're gonna name me Brown Mark? My name is Mark Brown. I said, how are you gonna call me Brown Mark? He said, no, that's a cool name. That's it, Brown Mark. And he's laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
That's how I got my nickname.
One of our earliest tours that started in late '79, when we were picked to open for Rick James. So about the third show on the tour, we were in Chicago, and at that time I was wearing a black and white striped jailbird outfit. I picked that out. I performed in that on the American Bandstand show, our first television appearance, or second maybe. And Prince liked that because, you know, it matched the keyboards. Black and white keys, black and white stripes. It was kind of cool. You know, I hadn't really seen anybody do that much except for Elvis. It was kind of inspired by Jailhouse Rock for me. So Rick James did this song on one of his albums called Bustin' Out of L7, and he performed it during the show, and he would come out on stage in a striped jailbird outfit, but his stripes were very wide and thick, and then he had Velcro here, and he'd tear that off in the middle of the song. So Prince thought, well, the headliner guy is wearing that suit, and you're wearing the suit, you better change your look. Finally said to him, I said, you know, one of the choices I had when I was, you know, picking out these ideas was a guy in a doctor suit, but I didn't go with it because there are so many doctor guys, like, you know, with that name, Doctor blah, 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 in music. So I thought, okay, and but nobody really dresses like a doctor in the scrub suits, and Prince said no, and I think that's a great idea. So let's go with that one. So they sent our wardrobe gal, who was on tour with us, out to a uniform shop in Chicago to get the outfits and real surgeon accessories and all that, and that's how that came about, everybody.
I remember when I came in the band, the doctor.
I was already the doctor by then.
And I didn't know the story, but I thought he was called the doctor because he was so surgical. I mean,
as a keyboard player.
What I saw growing
this
up too.
dude,
Yeah.
I mean, this dude could cut up. I used to watch him cut up, and he was like, you know, playing the keyboard, and he had that robotic feel to him, and I was like, that cat is bad.